Thank you for being with us. Our top story tonight, the U.S. Supreme Court is facing the most significant abortion-related dispute since Roe versus Wade was overturned last summer. The justices are considering a lower court ruling that would place restrictions on access to an FDA-approved abortion drug. Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales joins us outside the Supreme Court with an update on when that decision may come down. Erik.
Well, good evening, Tracy. You know, anticipation was certainly in the air earlier today, but that all changed after a last-minute statement by Justice Samuel Alito. He did put out a statement saying that the use of the abortion pill without any restrictions will continue until at least Friday. One can only expect that possibly a decision will come down on Friday, but that was not confirmed by Justice Samuel Alito. Meanwhile, I did speak to a number of people who were standing outside the Supreme Court, many of them saying that they believe that this is an issue that should be taken out of the courts and it's an individual decision.
It's been vetted. I think the FDA has done its appropriate research, and I think it should be left to the FDA, who are the experts in this area, and the expertise should be left to them, not to a court to decide whether or not it's safe or not.
Meanwhile, across the street, lawmakers are also weighing in.
This case marks just the latest assault in the MAGA crusade on reproductive freedom. Republicans have one goal, a nationwide abortion ban.
They aspire all the time, domestically and internationally, to abortion on demand right to the moment of birth and even after birth, to ensure that if the child survives, he or she will be killed.
Pro-Life Caucus co-chair Congressman Smith tells me he believes the justices will side with the pro-life community because the FDA approved Mifepristone hastily and has spent decades now removing what few safeguards were left. He agrees with the amicus brief sent to the justices by Alliance Defending Freedom and Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America, which gave evidence that 1 in 5 women who undergo a chemical abortion will suffer complications, 4 times higher than a surgical abortion.
My belief is that if logic dictates an answer, it'll be that the FDA had an egregiously flawed process. They changed things several times.
Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski, a Catholic, says she's worried about the fate of other FDA-approved drugs.
For now to come back in, I think, a very political way and undermine your drug regulatory agency, I've got concerns about that. It could be this drug today, and who knows what the next one might be.
Ultimately, the U.S. Supreme Court could take up the case now or let the issue play out in the lower courts. Reporting outside the U.S. Supreme Court, Erik Rosales, EWTN News Nightly.